Right, two little questions left from the start of your review. The first one is to make S the subject of the following expression. So we've got P equals S squared plus 1 over 3, and we want you to make S the subject. So that means the answer needs to end up as S equals da da da. Now we haven't got any context for that formula, but this is the kind of problem that often comes out of a real life situation or a science formula. First thing we're going to do is multiply through by 3. We get 3p equals S squared plus 1. And now we have 3p take away 1, subtracting 1 from both sides, leaving me with S squared here. So that's all good. Now most of you got that far. The next bit is where we need to just exercise a little bit of thought. What's the opposite operation, or the inverse of squaring? Well, it's taking the square root. So we can quickly whack that onto the page. But there's one more thing we've got to think about. When we square a number, suppose I have negative 5, and I square it, that gives me 25. And when I square 5, that gives me 25. I have no idea why I've written an arrow there. That should just be a nice little equal sign. There you go. So when I take the square root of something, I don't know whether the number was a negative or a positive. So that means that we have to do this, plus or minus root 3p minus 1. Because either negative this or positive this, when I square it, will give me 3p minus 1. Okay, so my final answer here is S is equal to the positive or negative square root of 3p minus 1. As an aside, some of you might have forgotten this, but when I see the square root of, say, 16, there's only one answer to that, and it's 4. It's not negative 4. If I want to get negative 4, I have to write negative square root of 16. Okay? So that's how we define square roots. We define them as the positive thing that gives me the number under the square root sign. Okay, the next problem is a little simultaneous equations question. I'll do that on a new slide. Right, so we had to solve y equals 2x plus 3 and 2x plus y equals 9. Now there are two ways that you know to do simultaneous equation solving. One is substitution and one is elimination. In this case, you're given an equation that says y equals blah blah blah. So substitution is a pretty easy way to go. What we do is we take this equation here and we say, well, y is the same as 2x plus 3, so when we see y over here, we're going to substitute in 2x plus 3. So this is what we get. 2x plus 2x plus 3 equals 9. 4x plus 3 equals 9. 4x equals 6. X equals 6 over 4, which will simplify to 3 over 2. And it's fine to write that as 1.5. But we're not finished, because we're asked to solve the equations. We've got two variables. We've got x, so that's good, but we also have to figure out y. So we know that y is equal to 2x plus 3, so y must equal 2 times 1.5 plus 3. So we have y equals 6. Okay, so that's all for now. Any questions on those, just ask me in class.